Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip-hop history. Whenever you're in trouble, Jamie Foxx would show up in the sheriff's hat.
Damn, he's all fucked up. Oh! That's not how arms are supposed to look like. Oh, damn. Jesus. So before I go all into the most hilarious part of that night, no lube, okay? Before I even do that shit, I just need 1 minute to grasp the reality. Holy shit, Dave Chappelle got attacked, bro. One of the untouchables that I thought so. Getting tackled, it wasn't like a simple slap as someone went through. It was a full-on tackle. It wasn't anything brutal, but holy shit. Obviously, this dude didn't get the best end of the deal either, okay? Listen, those bodyguards been shit. Their requests are gonna fucking skyrocket, okay? They did not bounce that guy out. That guy got bounced like a fucking basketball, dude. This guy was destroyed. Can I feel bad about him? Of course not. I mean, maybe next time don't rush the fucking stage like a lunatic and expect nothing to happen to you, okay? Listen, as of right now, investigations are ongoing. We don't know exactly why he did what he did. But fair to assume, as many of us are having this impression that it has to do with, you know, being offended about a certain joke that Dave Chappelle told. Now, obviously, this thing has a really weird timing. Right after, or not really right after, but a few months after the whole Will Smith and Chris Rock debacle. What if I told you that Will Smith wasn't in the fucking show itself? He was there, man.
Was that Will Smith?
I can't even be mad. Some of these moments will, let's say, transpire after all these, let's say, big events that shouldn't happen, okay? And when I say events, I'm not talking about, you know, Chris getting slapped. I'm talking about the whole Oscars. That shouldn't have happened. For the most part, when you, like, this was at the end of the show. So let's assume, now this is an assumption, okay? This is speculation a little bit, but let's assume, and this happens quite a lot. Let's assume this guy actually stood for the entire show. So there was plenty of minutes where he was laughing, or at least not bothered by what he was saying. Dave Chappelle makes jokes about basically everything. White people, black people, fat people, thin people. He will touch basically everything if you give him 1 hour. But most of the times he goes even more controversial than that. So I find it really funny from these people, okay, that they go through an entire show. Ha ha ha! Fat people, I know, right? They all laugh at that shit, but as soon as they touch something they personally went through.
Oh shit, hold on a second, you gotta stop.
No, you can feel offended, you can get the fuck out if you want. Do all this. People, you're entitled to do whatever the fuck you want with your body and your patience and time. Get out of the show. I don't care what you have to do, just don't fucking bother other people because you're bothered. You went to their show. Like, that's like you going to someone's house and saying, I didn't like that joke, get out. But this is my house. Get out. This mentality doesn't work, people, in real life at least. Was it fucked up? Yes. Was it hilarious as well? Yes. But comedians really shouldn't have to go through all that shit just because they need to make a living, or at the very least make people laugh. I don't know if you've noticed, but that in the entire, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. That's a, like, they call it LA Bowl or whatever. Like, that's a giant ass open air theater, I guess that's how I would call it. So many people laughing, so many people having fun in their nights, and you gotta be the one fucking douchebag, the one asshole who thinks I'm gonna ruin this for everyone. And this kind of reminds me of Andrew Schulz. I don't know if you know who Andrew Schulz is. You should follow him if you like good comedy. He does a lot of crowd work and shit like that. And there was this lady who was having a stroke or some shit like, I don't know. It was something complicated. But after the situation got stabilized, Andrew Schulz started cracking jokes about the lady.
Yo, people wanted a comedy show tonight, man. I could tell they were looking at that bitch like, bitch, you better wrap this up, yo.
Right? It wasn't anything too big. It wasn't anything too far. It was just jokes about the strokes, okay? And this paramedic lady in the middle of the audience was having problems with that shit. That you shouldn't make jokes, that's not funny and all that.
She had a seizure? So did she hit that? That's it.
Then we ended up finding out that she is a fucking paramedic. And she did nothing.
I know you care. I know you feel like if you don't, you're a parent. So why the fuck weren't you helping that man?
Now, I don't think I could ever elaborate a more perfect scenario than that. Okay, I would take fucking months to come up with something so hilariously ironic like that. But that actually happened, and that does show you exactly the fucking issues that we have with comedy nowadays. Is that people, or actually outside of comedy, fuck that. People have a lot of opinions. People find everything wrong. But when it comes to doing something, they either do this shit, which solves absolutely fucking nothing, or they don't do anything at all. But not only that, they do nothing while bothering others to do something. That's the most hilarious part. Kind of frustrating, I guess. But it is a mentality that I wish I could explain to you. But I didn't go to school when it comes to psychology, okay? I'm pretty sure most of the times, at the very least, I'm not like that. I just don't understand the mentality. At the very least, I have some self-awareness afterwards. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure this guy is going to have some self-awareness after getting fucked up like that. And so you're looking at that screen on your phone, PC, whatever, if you're a peasant, and you're looking for answers from me. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, because all you gotta do is not fucking beat up people because you're offended, alright? And listen, I'm gonna have to say this. I said this 1,000 times before. I'll say it 1,000 times more. Being offended is a justified issue, but it's a you issue, bitch. It's not me. It's not whoever tells a fucking joke. Now, this is us assuming this has to do with this guy being offended about something, or he was offended about something that he said earlier in another show, you know, if it was like a sticking stones or whatever the fuck. But again, the timing is really weird. We're having this like trend of seeing, you know, comedians like Chris Rock getting attacked. We saw another one that I don't remember the name exactly, but there was also another comedian that, once again. And now we have Dave Chappelle, the biggest fucking name in the game right now. It's getting a little bit dangerous. We can all laugh at this shit. And listen, Dave Chappelle's gonna do that shit. He's gonna tell jokes even after being tackled. I expect that also from Chris Rock. Basically, any comedian that tries to enlighten people's lives, they will always try to do that. Even if it's something negative, something embarrassing, they'll fucking do it. But obviously, as a spectator and outside of jokes now, it's kind of scary, because if you think this happens to celebrities, what the fuck you think is gonna happen to you if you just happen to tell an offensive joke a little bit way too loud? You were telling to your friends, you told it way too loud, and now you're gonna get beat up by five guys because, you know, their fragile masculinity or some shit got attacked. How are you gonna feel about that? I don't feel okay with that. And I'm sorry, it's just, again, really weird timing. If it's unrelated, it's just really fucking weird. Right after Will Smith being in the show. Something makes me believe, so there's a little bit of a theory here. Let's go Alex Jones time right now. Let's go a little bit of conspiracy theory territory right now. And I might say that someone probably did this for YouTube or some shit like that. I don't know, as a publicity stunt to themselves. But I don't think we're gonna see a video, because that dude got wrecked. Okay, I did not see the footage of this guy actually being like after the bodyguards, right? Let's call it that. And holy shit, those results look terrible. This guy got fucked up. But it always comes down, people, to understand that whatever you laugh at, it's going to be offensive to someone else. You tell jokes about dogs, no matter how harmless you think it is, it's going to offend someone who loves dogs, maybe a little bit too much. But hey, they have the right to love dogs a little bit too much. And they also have the right to be offended. But you wouldn't feel okay with that person coming to you or telling someone else, like their 6-foot fucking bodyguard or boyfriend, to hit you in the face because they didn't like the joke that you told. You're not gonna like that. Believe me, that's not the future that you want. And this comes down to the whole, you know, ideology that, you know, silence is violence, or whatever fucking stupid shit TikTokers are saying nowadays, okay? I swear these fucking kids can't relate. And I'm just kind of done on that. Really done. Like, you do this shit to Dave Chappelle. It's not like it's like a protege. Like, he needs to be protected at all times. It's just, it's funny how, even on top of the line, you're gonna have this. Maybe even so more, because you're the biggest target. Maybe. But I would never think this shit would happen. But I mean, I guess if one celebrity hits another celebrity, and people still have discussions about what happened, if it was cool or not, we might be in a fucked up situation right now, guys. And I guess no one can say that this one was fake, because again, that arm, Jesus. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like the style of videos, right, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and don't beat me up for any of my jokes. Thank you.